Quick update before the video starts. I fucked up a bit the surroundings and the noise, so you will hear like a little bit of noise in the background, but I hope it's okay. But I promise you there's a lot of value to the video, especially at the end, so keep watching, and yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Yo, what's up guys? It's day 372 of the dropshipping journey, and I'm currently on my way home. I'm about to be home actually. I'm in front of my apartment right now, and I came back from the gym. And yeah, so what did I do today? Today is not even over, like it's 70% done. I wrote the script out, and I also made some thoughts about it in the gym, and I'm about to also improve on that script, and then I will edit it with some clips and source it. And yeah, also what did I do at the gym? For example, I watched some ecom videos, and I like to rewatch videos about topics that are very important, which I also watched in the past. Just to get maybe more thoughts on it and maybe more ideas. I got far more ideas how I do like marketing research and also avatar research. Yeah, if you want me to maybe explain further on that, you can drop a comment below, and also, as I said, ask a question if we have one. I will get back to it on the next video then. And yeah, other than that, the product test, I think yesterday I was like in a minus. It was pretty rough, maybe like $70 gone, but whatever, it's data. Currently the ads I do, they don't even get some spent actually, and I promise you, if you would see them, you would think, oh, they are pretty good. But if Meta doesn't spend on your ads, it means they're shit. You know, it's maybe difficult for some people to admit if they're shit or not, but yeah, apparently my ads are shit right now for the product. And what's the answer? It's more research, guys. You can't just run a product and do no research and do some ads when you get the random thought. Like when you wake up and you didn't do any research, it's maybe day 3 of the product test, you didn't do the research, but you got an ad idea. I need to tell you, probably the ad idea sucks, you know, and it's probably the most, like, it's probably very often where that happens, where people just don't do research. They slap the product onto the store. Maybe it works day 1, 2, 3, and they think, oh yeah, I can do a better ad. They didn't do research, but I got the idea. And yeah, then maybe for some weeks the store scales actually to maybe 5k days, and that dies out, and that's not what I want to do. The next product which scales, which maybe hits like 2k days, won't be just a pump and dump. It will be a store which will get transitioned into a brand. And what I also know what I will do instantly when I see some traction on a store, I will instantly do the branding part. I will instantly take the risk and instantly transform into a brand. And there are many things which makes a brand, you know, and not a store anymore. Many things. It's not just slap a logo onto your product. It's a lot. But I also watched some videos on that, and I am prepared for the next product which scales. Not like the last one, which I showed you in the last video, which did 100k a month, but died out eventually. And yeah, unfortunately, but I learned a lot. So yeah, that's the plan for the next product which scales. Hopefully it's that. If not, then yeah, whatever. By the way, if it's a bit windy, I'm sorry. I wanted to film like in the morning, but it was just raining. So yeah, it is what it is. And I think that environment is actually pretty good. Better than my room. So yeah, also maybe one lesson for everyone. Just focus on one thing. That's the most important thing, and that goes a long way with a lot of topics, you know. It starts off with what you do during your day. So if you're somebody, I think I talked about it maybe in the first video, but if you're somebody who thinks, oh yeah, I will just drop shipping for 1 year and then I will get back to university, or I will quit, whatever, then quit now, because you will be in for a rough ride. And if you maybe also right now are at university and you think about starting dropshipping, for example, take a semester off, take 2 off, quit, or just do a very long break, because you need to be convinced that something works in order to only focus on that. And I think that's where maybe a lot of people go wrong, you know. Many people have a plan B. They have a plan B for something, and they are maybe focused on multiple things at once. So for example, some people do university and dropshipping when they come home. the focus just isn't there. It's not like, for example, if you do 50% university on one day or 50% work and 50% on the another half you do dropshipping, versus you in a different world which just does 100% dropshipping during the day. He won't be double as good as you in some time. It will be exponential. So if he learns more in 2 days, in 1 day, than you in 2 days, even though you spent the same amount of time, because you just focus on one thing. The one guy just focused on the one thing. He doesn't have the thoughts, oh, what do I need to do for that thing? He just focused on dropshipping, for example. And it's the same with everything, you know. It's the same if you decide to learn trading or whatever. So just focus on one thing. And yeah, what I said also is you need to be convinced that it works, you know. So you can't have a plan B if it doesn't work, you know. You can't think, oh, what if it doesn't work? You need to think, oh, it will work, fuck it, you know, it's $200 lost on a product test, fuck it. Or you need to also imagine yourself, and I also hate the feeling of doing it, but you need to imagine yourself, what if dropshipping isn't working out for 1 year? What will you do? Will you quit? If you will quit, then quit now. That's what I mean, you know. You need to be convinced in something that it works, and I know that it will work out for me. The question is, will it work out for you? And I know it will work out for you. You just need to believe in it. If somebody else did it, then why can't you do it, you know? I know you probably heard it a lot, but it's really true. Like, you need to be convinced, and it's the same also within e-com. It's also within certain niches, you know. So if you do e-com, you need to be convinced that that product works, or you need to be convinced that that avatar works. You need to be convinced that your ad works, you know, before you publish it. Be convinced in things that you do, and if you're not convinced, then don't do it. It's most of the time, if you're not convinced, you either don't got enough information on it, or you think it's just a bad idea, then don't do it, you know. Just think about things and think them out, you know. So yeah, think yourself. If you watch the video, are you convinced that e-com will work out for you? Are you convinced that your avatar you're currently doing will work out if you put in enough time? Of course, I don't say if you don't got a lot of capital, you shouldn't just, I think, in my opinion, you shouldn't just test one product, but you should just test one product, but you should also move on after a certain amount of time, because you need cash first, you know. But it also doesn't mean that you should just test 2 days, you know, but it's also a different topic. And also one topic which a lot of people do, and it also ties back to the thing which I meant, be convinced and just do focus on one thing. Don't run multiple stores. I did it. My friend which did it, which is successful now, but I won't talk about him, but he also just focused on one store. Focus on one store. It's what everybody says. If you are good enough, if you're at 100k days, sure, or if you have a system at 60k days, whatever, test another product. But for now, if you're just in the trenches, don't think, oh yeah, I will just test 3 products and I will be 3 times as fast. It doesn't work like that, because your focus is split again. You know, that's also the thing. If you just focus on one product, your learnings will accumulate. You know, you will learn far faster than the guy which just tests 3 products and spam tests. He doesn't learn shit. He just learns how to rip, you know. So yeah, it's a long video again. I don't know how I end up with such a long videos. I hope you enjoy a bit the scene, and I hope it isn't too windy, because it's a bit windy actually. So yeah, if you don't have any questions, as I said, drop them in the comments, and we will see each other tomorrow.